I don't know if he's in his prime. He's fat. He should be lean and mean. He's fat and funky. I saw him with his shirt off the other day. He's fat. I thought, did you start training already? Douglas, he's not going to win. He can't even knock out Nick Diaz. Nick Diaz is 40 pounds. How he's going to knock me out? What's the other guy? Anderson Silva. He didn't get knocked those little guys. How he's going to knock me out?
Mike Tyson has warned Jake Paul that he is going to end him during their face-off. In a related development, Ryan Garcia is willing to consider a match against Jake Paul, provided that Logan Paul drops his defamation lawsuit against him. This legal dispute emerged following Garcia's negative comments about Logan's Prime energy drink. Garcia quickly issued an apology after the lawsuit was initiated. Garcia said, "If Logan drops the lawsuit, I'm retiring for a year, so they don't get the satisfaction of suspending me, because it's bull. I've never done steroids in my life." Garcia's potential bout with Jake Paul has gained traction after the New York State Athletic Commission imposed a 1-year suspension on Garcia for testing positive for the prohibited substance ostarine. Due to his ban, Garcia has been quiet about his intentions to look into UFC possibilities or even participate in an exhibition mixed martial arts battle. Garcia outlined his terms for a match with Jake Paul in discussions with the media. The proposed fight, fueled by the vibrant personalities and bold statements of both fighters, is anticipated to attract substantial media attention. Jake Paul, who may weigh as much as 170 pounds, has a clear physical advantage over Garcia at around 190 pounds. Garcia's vast professional boxing experience may even the odds despite the size disparity. However, nothing has been finalized yet, so let's see what happens in the future. Meanwhile, Brendan Schaub recently shared an interesting conspiracy theory about why the Mike Tyson versus Jake Paul fight was really rescheduled. The scheduled event at AT&T Stadium was called off last month after Tyson experienced a medical emergency during his flight from Miami to Los Angeles. Tyson felt lightheaded and queasy, and it was later discovered that he was having a flare-up of an ulcer. He has been advised to refrain from participating in training, leading to the bout being postponed from the scheduled date. However, all parties remain optimistic that it will occur in November. However, Schaub, a popular podcaster and 5 MMA fighter, believes there might be more to it. Schaub mentioned that years ago, Logan had told him that the ultimate plan was for him and his brother to fight. He then posed a question, suggesting that if he were to entertain a conspiracy theory, he would wonder if this had been the plan all along. He further questioned the audience about which fight would get more views: Mike Tyson versus Jake Paul, or Jake Paul versus Logan Paul.
Ends with me and my brother fighting. Jake looks so young there. They both look so different.
I know.
Here's a question. Put my tinfoil hat on. Was this the plan all along? The question for you guys. What gets more views? Mike Tyson versus Jake Paul, or Jake Paul versus Logan Paul? Now, I'm not saying on YouTube, on Netflix.
Schaub further added that he wasn't referring to views on YouTube, but on Netflix. He explained that if Mike Tyson was taken out of the equation, his dad wouldn't be interested in watching Logan Paul. However, he believed that many younger viewers who vape and are confused about their pronouns would tune in. Schaub expressed his opinion that Jake Paul versus Logan Paul would get more views overall, as their combined fan bases are larger than Mike Tyson's.
Because you take Mike Tyson out of that fight, my dad's not watching. My dad's not watching Logan Paul. But a ton of youngsters who vape and are confused about their pronouns are going to tune in. What do I think would get more views overall? Logan Paul versus Jake. Because you can get their fan bases, which is bigger than Mike Tyson's.
Schaub's remarks followed a social media back and forth between the Pauls and another, during which Logan offered himself as a substitute combatant. But Jake is attempting to entice opponent and Logan Paul's business associate KSI into breaking down in tears. On X, he wrote, "KSI's coach saying he is over 200 pounds right now, so no weight excuses. Let's run it for July 20th and then Paul Tyson in November." On the other hand, Mike Tyson's former adversary, Roy Jones Jr., has delivered a stark warning to Paul, comparing Tyson's intensity to that of a pit bull dog. During a recent conversation with Boxing King Media, Jones Jr., who went up against Tyson in a 2020 exhibition bout, highlighted that Tyson's age wouldn't be a barrier to his performance. Jones Jr. declared, "We are warriors. We don't care about getting punched. We don't care what age we are. This is what we do." Addressing concerns about the nature of the fight, Jones Jr. dismissed any notion of restraint from Tyson, stating, "Mike doesn't know how to hold back. Mike's like a pit bull dog. Pit bull dogs don't know how to play. It's going to turn into a fight either way." Jake Paul who is well known for his contentious bouts with UFC competitors, expressed mixed feelings about taking on Tyson. He said, "I'm a little scared because it is Mike Tyson. I'm just going to have a wow moment when I'm actually about to fight Mike Tyson." However, Jones Jr. foresees a straightforward win for Tyson. Fans are excitedly anticipating the fight between Iron Mike and the Problem Child, despite any doubts, because they want more than just a show. They want a real test of fortitude and skill in the ring. Moreover, famous UFC fighter Rampage Jackson has threatened to give up on Jake Paul after just 2 rounds of his matchup with Mike Tyson. Despite Tyson's age and health concerns, Jackson remains convinced that Tyson's prowess will overwhelm Paul, potentially leading to an early end for the fight. Speaking with Jason Mayhems Miller and Luke Rockhold on the Jackson podcast, he said, "Mike Tyson is going to fucking knock him out. Within 2 rounds, Mike Tyson is going to win. Mike Tyson has been boxing longer than Jake Paul has been alive. You ever seen that viral video where the old white man beats the fuck out of the young white dude? That's what I think's going to happen." Challenged on his theory, Jackson then doubled down. "Jake Paul will probably give up by then. He won't make it that far," he said. Paul received a stark warning from his upcoming opponent before their scheduled fight. In a statement confirming the rescheduling, Tyson hinted confidently that he remained poised to secure victory via knockout. Tyson said, "Although we had to postpone the fight, I will resume training shortly. I am thankful to the medical staff that treated me and to MVP, Netflix, and AT&T Stadium for working diligently to find the best reschedule date for all parties. While we have a new date, the result will be the same no matter when we fight. Jake Paul is getting knocked out." Paul issued his own response to that claim. Taking to social media, The American wrote, "He says he still is going to knock me out, and I bought myself some time. So Mike is still talking shit over there. But Mike, if you want to do this behind closed doors, behind the scenes you say you want to do this in Q4, you just need a little bit of time." Paul further added that he was ready whenever Mike was, emphasizing that the opportunity was too significant to pass up. He believed that the fight would have a world-changing impact and mentioned that he always turns his losses into wins, which is the motto he lives by. Paul further added, "I'm ready whenever you are, Mike. This is too big of an opportunity. I think this fight's going to change the world, and I turn all my L's into W's. That's the motto I live by. The universe makes no mistakes, so let's see what's in store. But sorry, this didn't work out to everyone. The fans. Love you guys." Meanwhile, Jake Paul has once more seized the spotlight of the internet, albeit for unexpected reasons this time around. Renowned for his typically laid-back and occasionally lackadaisical training style, Paul has now stunned both fans and critics alike with a remarkable physical metamorphosis. Paul is making analogies to the fitness influencer known as Liver King as he prepares for his eagerly awaited bout against Mike Tyson. Jake's latest jogging session captured on film showcases a dramatically bulked-up physique, sparking widespread chatter. His newfound transformation has left viewers astonished, a sharp departure from his previously laid-back training approach. Despite being known primarily as a 27-year-old YouTuber-turned-boxer rather than a seasoned professional, his current focused and intensive training regimen suggests he may be poised for a serious boxing career. Liver King, a renowned icon within the fitness realm celebrated for his robust physique and commitment to ancestral living, now finds himself in conversations alongside Paul. This juxtaposition not only underscores Jake's impressive muscle gains of late, but also directs focus to his newly cultivated Viking-esque beard.
K3, Mikey, your hands can't hit what your eyes can't see. Whoop.
Paul's evolution arrives at a pivotal juncture as he readies himself for the ultimate test in his fledgling boxing journey. Confronting Mike Tyson, the renowned former heavyweight champion celebrated for his devastating knockouts and imposing aura inside the ring, presents a formidable challenge. Yet, Jake seems to be approaching this daunting task with newfound determination and focus. Despite the challenges this bout has encountered, Paul maintains unwavering confidence. His recent makeover underscores the tactical significance of his physical evolution, designed to parallel Tyson's intense training regimen. Yet, the pivotal question lingers. Will this enhanced muscle translate into victory inside the ring? Jake Paul's relentless commitment to peak physical condition ahead of his showdown with Mike Tyson is undeniable. Yet, the looming question remains, will his preparation suffice? As the boxing realm holds its breath, eager to witness whether Paul's tireless efforts will triumph over one of the sport's most formidable foes.
Psych! You really thought I was partying? We out here, high altitude, Colorado Springs, with the Olympians Team USA Boxing. Let's get it! Let's go! I'm coming for you, Mike!
Meanwhile, Jake Paul echoed the sentiment in a social media post, writing, "New date, same place, same fate." However, boxing icon Mike Tyson emerged for the first time since a recent health setback, delivering a serious message directed at Jake Paul. Following suit, Tyson posted a video on social media promoting the bout, asserting while it is a different date, there will be the same fate. He said that he is going to knock out Jake Paul. Regarding how the rescheduled fight would turn out, Tyson gave the same assurance.
Different date, Same fate. I'm gonna knock out Jake Paul.
Mike Tyson hasn't stepped into the professional ring since 2005, yet he made a surprising return in 2020 for an exhibition match against Roy Jones Jr. Revered as one of boxing's all-time greats, Tyson made history as the first heavyweight to simultaneously hold the WBA, WBC, and IBF titles. His dominant reign came to an abrupt halt in 1990 with a stunning defeat at the hands of Buster Douglas. Jake Paul, contrasting with others, touts a record of 9 victories in 10 bouts, predominantly against ex-UFC combatants. His lone loss occurred against British boxer Tommy Fury in February of the previous year. After his defeat against Fury, Paul swiftly turned the tables by conquering former UFC standout Nate Diaz and shifted his focus to challenging seasoned boxers like journeyman Andre August and Ryan Borland. Fans are excitedly awaiting the matchup between the social media phenom and the boxing icon as the new bout date draws near. Mike Tyson recently shared another video with a message that left many people cold, including Jake Paul. In the video, Tyson appears focused and gives his opponent a harsh ultimatum. Tyson's announcement has sent shockwaves through the boxing community, stirring a mix of excitement and apprehension. With fans eagerly awaiting the moment, all eyes are on whether Mike Tyson can fulfill his pledge and make a lasting impact on Jake Paul's career. The fighters are getting ready for what seems to be a historic confrontation as excitement mounts with the announcement of the new date.
9, 10, 11, way to work, 12, 13, 14, 15, perfect, 16, 17,
Entering the boxing arena amidst the deafening cheers of a crowd demands courage, yet squaring off against the formidable baddest man on the planet requires an entirely different breed of bravery. Jake Paul boldly asserts he's up for the challenge. Nevertheless, Mike Tyson's chilling warning to the young fighter ahead of their bout underscores the gravity of the challenge ahead. The upcoming clash, often framed as a battle between experience and youth, is set to take place at AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas, the iconic home of the Dallas Cowboys. But ahead of this unconventional boxing showdown, approved by the Texas Department of Licensing and Regulations, Tyson and Paul made a special appearance on Entertainment Tonight. During the interview, the former heavyweight champion summed up the impending bout with a single word. What could that word be? Speaking to ET yesterday, Tyson reiterated the warning he gave to Jake Paul ahead of their fight, saying, "I already gave him his warning. Fight like your life depends on it because it does." During Tyson's peak, he struck fear into both the ring and beyond. While Iron Mike appears to have evolved, whispers persist about the lingering potential for his legendary ferocity. The YouTuber who turned boxer, though, is unconcerned about it all because he knows he will make Tyson taste the canvas when they finally square off. Paul said, well, yeah, look, he's the bull, I'm the matador, and it's that simple. Speed and timing beats power. Tyson's response to describing the fight in a single word was enough to chill even the most fearless souls. Carnage, he proclaimed solemnly. Conversely, Jake stated that he had no caution for the soon-to-be 58-year-old since, in Paul's opinion, Tyson knows that I'm not scared of him or his antics. But the problem child did have a warning for Tyson during their Texas press conference a long time back. The pair made an appearance at their second contentious press conference in Texas on May 17th as the fight date approached. Following a series of verbal jabs at each other, Paul boldly stated, "What I promise to the people is that Mike will be put to sleep and he will feel my power and I will go down as the man who put Tyson to sleep for the last time." Paul's hope was dashed as the promise failed to faze the baddest man on the planet, renowned for toppling numerous formidable opponents over his illustrious career in the ring. In response, Tyson said, "He's not going to win. He can't even knock out Nate Diaz, who is like 40 pounds. How's he going to knock me out?" Despite these reservations, there's been considerable community chatter over the significant age gap between the two boxers, a solid 31 years. Mike Tyson, however, dismisses these concerns, insisting age is merely a number, and he's confident his superior skills will prevail when they step into the ring this November. Bold proclamations have echoed from each camp, setting the stage for an imminent showdown where outcomes will speak louder than words. Soon, fans will witness whose predictions ring true and whose bravado turns into humility. On the other hand, Lennox Lewis voiced apprehension over Jake Paul's bout against Mike Tyson, emphasizing Tyson's sporadic appearances in the ring over the past 2 decades. Lennox Lewis, the undisputed heavyweight champion in boxing history, stands tall as a legend among fighters, widely hailed as the greatest British boxer of all time. His words carry weight, particularly when he warns Paul to be extremely cautious of Tyson's formidable power. Lewis views the situation from a different angle, expressing worry for the inexperienced inexperienced Paul. Lewis told The Guardian, "I'm concerned for Jake Paul. Tyson still knows how to punch, as you can see when he's hitting a bag. If Jake Paul gets hit by one of those punches, he's going to feel it. I know Jake Paul doesn't want to get hit." Tyson comes forward, and he knows how to cut off the ring. It could be a matter of time, as how good is Jake Paul's defense? However, the real intrigue lies in the meticulously crafted rules governing this officially sanctioned professional fight. In this bout, they'll engage across 8 rounds lasting 2 minutes each, sporting 14-ounce gloves. This contrasts with standard regulations featuring 12 rounds of 3 minutes each and 10-ounce gloves. The shift in glove size entails a softer, more cushioned impact, but sacrifices speed for the fighters when they throw punches. Lewis added, "I saw Mike a couple of weeks ago and he looked good. He was walking around without a shirt and showing off his body, so he's getting ready." Lewis once stepped into the ring to face Tyson and emerged unscathed and victorious. How did it happen? Can Jake Paul glean any tips from watching the 2002 bout titled Lewis Tyson On? During the night in Memphis, Tennessee, Lewis dominated the bout by showcasing his superior boxing skills and strategy. He effectively utilized his height and reach advantage, keeping Tyson at bay with his jab while landing powerful combinations. Tyson struggled to find his rhythm and was unable to mount any significant offense. In the 8th round, Lewis unleashed a barrage of punches that overwhelmed Tyson, resulting in a knockdown. Although Tyson tried to keep fighting, the referee halted the match, naming Lennox Lewis the winner by technical knockout. This decisive victory cemented Lewis's reputation as one of the greatest heavyweight champions in history. What would have happened if Tyson had been at his prime rather than towards the conclusion of his career is a question that will never truly be answered. When Oscar de la Hoya first heard about the Mike Tyson versus Jake Paul fight, the Golden Boy was concerned for Iron Mike's safety against a young bull like Paul. Despite recognizing the business potential of the bout, the CEO of Golden Boy Promotions disapproved of Mike fighting an opponent 30 years his junior. In a recent interview with Fight Hype, Oscar de la Hoya discussed the pros and cons of the fight between Tyson and Paul. He advised Paul to pursue a different path to become a world champion, but also expressed confidence in Mike's capability to knock out the problem child. He said, "I have been preaching since the beginning with Jake Paul that he actually can do it. He can get to a world title, but only if he takes a different route. This route going up against Mike Tyson is not just the right one for me." Despite Oscar de la Hoya's disapproval of the fight, the CEO of Golden Boy Promotions acknowledges that it will generate significant exposure for the sport. However, de la Hoya believes that such a match does not portray boxing as a serious sport. He commends Jake Paul, but emphasizes that Paul must take the sport seriously if he aims to win a world title. De la Hoya added, "I mean, Mike Tyson's 60 years old. Jake Paul's, 26? 27? If Jake Paul wants to take boxing seriously, take the route that all the other fighters take. Tough fights, up the ranks, top 10 fighters, top 5, world champion. Not this route with Tyson." In this context, Golden Boy Promotions CEO made his prediction for Tyson versus Paul public. In an interview with ES News, Oscar de la Hoya highlighted that during his prime, Tyson faced off against monsters in the ring. De la Hoya also expressed that Mike had developed a resilience that could still sustain him for 6 to 8 rounds. In this connection, while Oscar did not completely turn a blind eye to Paul's chances of winning, he said, "Tyson still has the punching power. The last thing to go till you're in your grave, basically. Yeah, Tyson catches him with a good one. It's obviously lights out for Jake Paul, but that's if he catches him. I was studying the Roy Jones-Tyson fight the other night, and Tyson was actually doing great." Similarly, Evander Holyfield has made a stunning claim about Mike Tyson ahead of his pro bout against Jake Paul. Holyfield, who had a legendary career-long feud with Tyson, has a different perspective on it. He believes that Paul will determine the result and even made the suggestion that the former heavyweight champion of the world might quit the ring. Asked for a prediction, Holyfield replied, "I don't know. It all depends on how Jake fights. The point of the matter is whether Jake Paul takes a good shot. I have never seen him get hit by anybody, but you never know. Mike might just quit in the ring and sit down and say, 'I'm done.'" Since losing to Ireland's Kevin McBride in June 2005, Tyson has not competed in a professional fight. However, he announced his retirement in November 2020 to take on legendary boxer Roy Jones Jr. in an exhibition. The boxing legend, who will be 58 when he faces his 27-year-old opponent, has been documenting his training camp on social media. He appears to be in incredible shape, showcasing his renowned hand speed and power. Paul, on the other side, upped his professional record to 9-1 with his most recent outing against Ryan Borland. He is looking to take the biggest loss of his career and boasts of victories against fighters like Anderson Silva and Nate Diaz. Moreover, Paul recently claimed that he hits harder than Mike Tyson. Most people agree that Iron Mike was one of the greatest heavyweight boxers of all time. As he prepares to step back into the ring against Paul, many boxing experts believe Tyson's greatest opportunity for victory lies in securing a knockout, as power tends to endure longest. Paul doesn't appear overly concerned about the likelihood of it occurring, though. During the fight's press conference, Paul was asked if he could take over Tyson's position. He said, "I know I will be able to. I'm a natural-born heavyweight. This is what I was born to do. Move up into this weight class and show Mike who has more power because he is underestimating me, and I believe I hit harder. Jake Paul added that he understood the challenge ahead, acknowledging that he would have to fight through adversity and might even end up on the canvas. Paul added, "I know it's going to be tough. I know I'm going to have to fight through adversity. I know I might even go to the canvas. I'm scared, don't get me wrong. But it's not about the fear stopping me. It's about going into it even though I am scared. That is what true bravery is." "We're going to see," Tyson responded when asked the same question. Make sure to check out some of our other videos on the screen if you enjoyed this one.